Hello and thank you so much for clicking and for watching this video. Sheffield United 2, Manchester United 3. What can we say about that performance? Similar to what we've said so many times before this season, slow start for me. There's just no urgency when we start the game. It's frustrating. We play it almost at a walking pace and sort of just strolling, just very slow. Just take our time, find our way into the game. And then we go a goal down, out of nothing again, very early. Mistakes happen. I know Henderson will probably get crucified on social media, but mistakes happen. And maybe you need those mistakes to happen sometimes, sort of like a baptism of fire, because it's like, well, how are you going to react to that kind of error? So 1-0, then no real reaction from us. And then we get the goal. Everyone was talking about the goal, but the pass from Lindelof to spot Rashford there, I think Lindelof deserves a lot of credit. And after the equaliser, we go on and we get a goal, and we're quite comfortable. And this is why I don't know where this Manchester United team is right now. I've seen people talking about title challenges. We're going on a title charge. I don't want to hear people talking about title charges or title challenges at the minute. But, I know everyone keeps talking about this game in hand. We've got a game in hand against Burnley. We still have to win it. And if we win it, like if we played it tomorrow and we won, we'd be 2 points. But we don't know when we're going to be playing that game, and we don't know where we're going to be at that point in the season in terms of points and behind the team at the top, Liverpool or Spurs or whoever it will be at that time. So there's more positives than negatives, though, from tonight's game. The negatives is probably the scoreline. I think it flattered Sheffield United a little bit. I don't think they were poor. I thought you can't fault them for their effort. I thought they put a lot into the game, and they would probably argue they deserved something out of the game. I don't think they did. I think United were the better team, Man United, but we were the better team after we got the equaliser. Before that, I didn't see any plan. I saw a team that was just sort of drifting through, strolling. There was no real urgency. And it's just that part of the game at the moment that's frustrating me. It's frustrating me how we're starting games, because we've seen how devastating we are when we're on the front foot. We've seen how devastating the likes of Martial and Rashford and Fernandes and Greenwood can be. Even Pogba. I didn't want Pogba to start tonight. I don't want him to play for the club again. But if Ollie's gonna play him, if Ollie's gonna pick him, that's the kind of performance that I want to see from Paul Pogba. That's the kind of performance that I've wanted to see from Paul Pogba for the best part of the last 5 years. Why we don't get that on a consistent basis, I don't know. And it's funny because since all this has come out from Mino Raiola, he has been playing better. But that's the frustrating thing about Paul Pogba. So tonight, I can't fault his effort and his commitment. His game, his all-round game tonight was really good. I thought Paul Pogba was one of the best players on the pitch. So I can't fault Paul Pogba, and his technique and his ability has never been in doubt. It's just been his commitment and his treatment of the football club, which is why if he didn't play again, I wouldn't be disappointed. But if Ollie is going to use him, if Ollie is going to play him, that's the Paul Pogba that I want to see playing for Manchester United. Of course, one of the frustrating things tonight was that Donny van de Beek didn't start. I know he came on for the last 10, 15 minutes. I'll have to look back again, but he came on around that point, and I thought he did okay. But it's very difficult to impact the game from that point. And before he came on, Juan Mata came on. Now that surprised me, because I like Juan Mata. I'm a big Juan Mata fan. I think he's been a great servant to the club since he's got here. He's been here during, let's not kid ourselves, what's been a difficult period for the club in terms of transitioning. He came in January 2014 in the David Moyes era, and he's had to play under different managers. So it's not been easy for him. But he's not the future of Manchester United Football Club. He's not a player that's going to be there long term. He's going to be there for maybe another year, 2 years at maximum. Donny van de Beek, when we've seen him play, we've seen what he can offer in that role. So I don't really understand why you would bring Matip on before Van de Beek. He did bring Van de Beek on, but I just think we've got a really talented young player there. He's come through the Ajax Academy. The Ajax Academy, prestigious footballing academy, and he's spent his time sitting on the bench. Maybe that's because Ollie knows that there are so many fixtures so close together, and we are coming into the Christmas period now. So maybe Ollie is thinking, well, when players are getting fatigued and tired, I've got a fresh player here that's fresh. It's like it's a new player that hasn't really played, hasn't really had any minutes. So maybe that's why. That's the only reason I can think of as to why Donny van de Beek isn't playing. He's keeping him fresh for these upcoming fixtures. I've got a lot of fixtures coming up. A lot of people seem to think, we're halfway through the season. We're not. We're 12, 13 games in. And we're coming up to, normally by this point, we're 17, 18, 19 games in. So they're effectively like 6, 7 games behind where I'd normally be, because we're trying to cram everything in to this mad season. And what a crazy season it is. But overall, I thought Sheffield United played well tonight. I thought John Fleck had a good game. And I thought overall that they put in a good shift. But I think United's quality, I know it's Sheffield United and Man United, but you always call your team, City or United. So my team, United, I thought overall the quality shone through. I thought Fernandes had another good game, but Rashford's finishes were just sublime, absolutely sublime. Thought Martial did really good to persevere with that one. It's a bit of a mistake, in my opinion, from the goalkeeper, from Ramsdale. But I thought overall, Ollie got it right tonight. Again, I was looking at the selection at the beginning and thinking, I'm not happy with this. I don't like it. I don't like Pogba and Matic as that too. But, Matic had a good game. And it's funny because in the early half of last season, he wasn't, as far as I can remember, I have to go back and look at the stats. He wasn't really having the best first half of the season, and he came good. And of course, we are still in the first half of the season. It just feels like we're in the second half of the season because we're in December now, and normally the season's moving along quite quickly, but we're not even halfway through yet. So there are a lot of games to come, but I don't know what I make of this United team at the moment. I really don't. They're so hot and cold. In terms of performances, they're inconsistent. Results, they've got a lot of character. That's something that this team definitely has, a lot of character. To come from behind again. And a few weeks ago I was saying I don't see United coming back and getting a goal and they go a goal down. But they do. They pull a goal out. But also they get themselves into positions that they don't need to be in. They almost contribute to their own problems. Well, they definitely do actually contribute to their own problems. Times where they concede needless goals. Yes, tonight was a mistake. The goalkeeper will make a mistake. And as I say, it's a baptism of fire. You make a mistake at the highest level in the Premier League game and your manager's chosen you. You made a mistake. You've got to recover. And there was a moment after where I think it was McGoldrick had a shot and he didn't hold it. He didn't hold it and he went out for a corner. And I thought at that point, is it? But he recovered and he made that fantastic save towards the end that could have pulled it level. They'd scored, they'd got that deflection off of Lindelof for the second goal. So overall, you can't fault the performance of the team tonight, but you can question the beginning. That first 20 minutes again was frustrating, and it felt like same old story. And what concerns me is, yes, it shows character when you come back from 2-0 down against a really good informed Southampton team, when you come from behind in the second half against a good West Ham team. When you come back against these teams, it's great, and it builds character and it shows something. It shows that they have something about them. They don't give up, that never say die attitude that we associate with United teams of old. But when you come up against the clubs that are at a higher level, that aren't prone to mistakes, that aren't prone to these errors, which is effectively the same as a mistake, what are you going to do then? So we have to strengthen our defence. We need a centre-back. I don't trust in that pairing of Lindelof and Maguire. I think they kind of, I wouldn't say got away with it, because I think they actually performed really well tonight, and I thought Lindelof had a really good game. But when we come up against better teams, we will be punished. And I don't like this pattern that is now forming. It's great that we can come back and we've got character, but I don't like this pattern of go a goal down, because against Liverpool, regardless of whether they've got Van Dijk or Matip or whoever, regardless, they are a tough team to beat, and they will punish us. They will punish us. With Mane and Salah, Jota, there are goals in that team. So when it comes to that game, I just don't see how we, with our current sort of setup, I don't see how we stop them. But on the other hand, I think we can. There are goals. There obviously are goals in our team. So I know it just worries me. Basically, is what I'm saying. It worries me. We saw it against Tottenham. Now a lot of people will say, well, players weren't fit. You can't concede 6 against Tottenham, regardless of whatever. So you conceded 6 against Tottenham. Yes, we've got a clean sheet against City, and we've got a clean sheet against Chelsea. I thought we probably should have got a point in a really poor game against Arsenal, but gave away that penalty and we lost that game. So I don't know. I just don't know where this United team is at this moment in time. I do not know. I don't want to hear people talking about going on a title charge. I think it would be great if we were in the conversation. So come February, March, I don't think we've got enough to win the league, but it would just be good to be in that conversation. Because it would show like, oh, well, we've made real progress. And I think we have made progress, but I just think that defence is, it worries me. And, you can't build a house without a foundation, is what I always say. So tonight, we've got 3 points. We're worth it. But again, the start was so slow. And I think a better team will punish us. No disrespect to Sheffield United, because I don't think their performances are a reflection. I don't think their position is a reflection of how they've been performing. But this league is ruthless. This league is ruthless. Teams are ruthless. They've got to be ruthless. I thought they had a really good season last year. Maybe it's second season syndrome. Maybe they're suffering without Dean Henderson now, because he was a big part of their success last year. I know he made that mistake tonight, but it happens. So we'll see. But it's going to be interesting. Next for us, we've got Leeds. We've got Leeds United rekindling those old fires. Leeds nipping over to Old Trafford. There'll be no fans there, of course, but I'll be watching here. And I'm really looking forward to that game. Always loved it when we used to play Leeds. So, it's going to be an interesting one. They're not going to be any walkovers. They're similar to us in that they leak goals, but they also score a lot of goals. So I think it's going to be a high-scoring game. I don't see it being like a 0-0 or I hope not. And if it is, I hope it's an entertaining one. But we'll see. But anyway, thanks so much for watching this video. Let me know what you think of the game, what you think of United's season. Of course, let me know what you think of any of the other videos as well. I've got other videos up that I've just recorded, and you can find those in the playlist. If you haven't already, drop me a subscription, and leave any likes, because that's just really nice. Thanks again for watching, and I will see you all soon.